Morning. Coming to you here on a Wednesday morning from San Diego. Finally got ourselves a nice beautiful day today. It's been pretty gray lately under the marine layer here at the beach. Been waiting a few days for this opportunity, but today finally got ourselves a nice sunny one. We'll be heading down to Mission Bay, checking out some of their rentals and such. We're going to get out on the water today. I've been wanting to. Let's do it. And first things first, I'm going to walk down to the bike shop, get myself a new tube. Woke up with a flat this morning, but it happens. We're not going to be deterred. And now we're rolling back on the bike, heading towards Mission Bay. The place we're going to be checking out today is known as the Mission Bay Aquatic Center. Now there are a number of places to rent kayaks and paddleboards and such here. This is probably the best one. It's big. They do all kinds of classes and lessons and discounts for this and that. Like anything in the Mission Bay area, parking is not easy. Highly advised you Uber in or take one of the scooters that are available everywhere, or certainly riding your bike is always an option, and my preferred one. Riding here along the Bayside boardwalk. There's actually another boardwalk just over on the beach side. Getting pretty close to the Aquatic Center. In fact, there it is just over yonder. And here we are. Now there is a parking lot here, and it's actually a pretty decent sized one, but all the same, I would not count on it, especially not in summer, and especially not on a sunny day. Right, I believe we are heading this way. That is definitely the biggest paddleboard I've ever seen. Look at that freaking thing. There's a wheelbarrow and a hose for scale. That thing is freaking huge. Here's some more standard size paddle boards, which you can rent here, as well as a couple of kayak options. That's going to be mine right there. I made it onto our kayak. Boy, we ran into some hiccups. Good Lord. First, my bike tire was dead. Anyway, long story short, I did ride my bike here eventually. So we did make it. I'm out here in beautiful Mission Bay on a gorgeous sunny day. Everybody always pictures sunny days in San Diego. We don't get them every day. I'm telling you, I bought this membership 5 days ago, and it has been cloudy and overcast, marine layer, all 5 of those days. Well, 4 of those days, I guess, till today. So this place is pretty crowded. They only had a few kayaks left. They gave me the spiel about wearing a life vest. I was like, oh yeah, totally, of course. And I did not wear one. I completely forgot to grab it off the rack. Oh, I hope they don't get mad at me. I think we are going to be heading towards that bridge over there. That's bizarre. I've been riding my bicycle on this ramp for seriously some 10 years. It's crazy to think I've never been underneath it before. I've never gotten on the water. And you can do this any day of the week for like 30, 40 bucks. And somehow I just never got around to it. I don't know. I don't have any water sport friends, I guess. So I just bicycle, jog and walk, which is still fun. God, I don't know, I've always wanted, every time I look over the edge, I've always thought, man, it'd be really fun to get down here on the water and see all this stuff up close. And it is. It's pretty cool. There's birds, algae, fishermen, random people fishing on the docks. Oh, to drift back into the sun. There's quite a temperature change under there, but, oh man, it's a small goal, but accomplished. And right over there, some fishermen just reeled in a catch. There definitely are some fish swimming around underneath us. And who knows what else. Man, I'm making a pretty good pace on this thing. I definitely don't have the most upper body strength, but I feel like I can paddle this thing around through the wind and currents just fine, which is kind of nice. Kind of makes you wonder, who invented the first kayak? I gotta imagine it was based on the canoe, which, God, I'm pretty sure was Native American, right? They were the first, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. It's a little avenue of history I might have to crawl down a rabbit hole and find out. But either way, kayak is a good design. Whoever came up with it, I'm not sure who to attribute it to. I want to go with Native Americans, though. Pretty sure that was them. I'll look it up. If it's definitely not them, I'll put a little thing right here and say who actually invented the canoe. Because I don't want to give credit where it's not due. It's interesting how the homeless situation works here. Now, these tents right here are definitely people who are living and probably do not have a proper home. But as you can see, there's only a few there when, like, really, like this is some prime real estate. Like, you'd think this would just fill up, but here they do shoo you along. It's an actual island, middle of Mission Bay. There are bridges that lead to it and such, so it doesn't really feel like an island. But it is. There's a lot of prime real estate here to set up a tent and camp for a few days. But that's just it. It can only be a few days. Because beyond that, someone's going to come here and mess with you and shoo you along. There's not some grand scheme to solve the homeless problem. I think they just shoo them away, which is kind of putting a band-aid on the problem, I think. But either way, it's interesting that people can camp in their tents and stuff right back here. And, you know, it really doesn't bother anyone. They just kind of shoo them along and we all move on with our lives. It's interesting. It's not like a lot of the rest of California or Oregon or Washington or basically the entire West Coast. About to head back in, wrap it up for the day. Good little workout on one of these for sure. Definitely get your upper body going. Oh man, what a fun and beautiful place to do this. Get out on the water with all the boats, paddle boarders. $30 a month, which, you know, if you're local, is a great deal. If you're a tourist, I think it's about 40 bucks for the day, you know, which even still, well worth it. You'll remember this a lot more than you remember bar hopping in PB, I would imagine. That was certainly enjoyable. Back on the bike now. To head back into PB and stop at one of our absolute gems in the restaurant department. So stay tuned, we got one more good stop. Like I said, highly recommended that you bicycle into this particular location. I could be fighting traffic right now and waiting to get out of a parking lot. Instead, we are heading up into the northern reaches of Pacific Beach, kind of near La Jolla, not too far away. I have to hit up one of the best taco shops in this area. This is Oscar's Mexican Seafood. It is surprisingly not crowded right now. Definitely a fish taco spot. Not a whole lot of burritos and things like that going on the menu. They do one thing, and they do it well. Gotta say, it's usually a lot more crowded here. I must have timed this quite well, I'm surprised. But anyway, got ourselves quite the spread over here. All this food was like $7 too. This place is crazy affordable. Went with their fried fish taco, kind of just the basic one. Nice piece of fried fish in there. Do give you a nice selection of sauces over here, ranging in levels of spice. This red one is actually pretty damn hot. What a deal. Oh, God, that was good. I don't know what the tacos came out to, but 3 of them, plus a side of rice, was only like $7 and something. I think the rice was like 2 something, so these tacos were well under $2. God, that is very hard to find. I don't even think Rubio's does that anymore, and these were definitely better than that. But as far as best tacos in the city goes, I don't know if it's quite into that territory, but certainly with price accounted for, not bad. I'll definitely eat there again. That is a heck of a deal. A pretty productive afternoon overall. A little kayaking, affordable fish tacos. Oof. Bad way to spend your day in San Diego. You could do a lot worse. Might as well stop here at the beach real quick. I should get home soon. Start packing, actually. We're already on board for the next trip. I'm going to be heading out of town tomorrow. On to the next thing. If you enjoyed this video, maybe even if you're just intrigued to see some of my future travels, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's such a huge help to me. So that would be so cool if you did that. I mean, you're not gonna not walk by the cliffs while you're here. Always a good vibe, always a nice scene. Yep, really can't knock it. Thanks for watching, folks.